Hey guys, sorry about the lighting. My face looks really like white at the moment, but that's alright because this is just going to be a Australian drugstore makeup starter kit, because in Australia we often don't get a lot of the things that you have in America and UK, so I thought why not make an Australian version. So to start off with, I'm going to start with primer. My recommendation for a drugstore makeup kit for primer is the Australis primer. It works well, it does its job, and it's cheap. And you can get it in Australia, which is always hard to find. So that's a good one. It's just to start off your face. And primer is really good because it helps the foundation stay on your face, and it stops things like creasing and running of foundation. So it's always, I recommend getting a primer if you're going to get some foundation, you're going to wear foundation. Speaking of foundation, I have 3 options for foundation. They're all, if you want something light or if you want something heavy. So if you're starting out of makeup, you're primary school, start of high school, I recommend going with like a BB cream. So I've got here the Garnier BB cream, the oil-free one, which is just in light clear. This is just a good light BB cream. It's thin, so it doesn't feel like you're wearing much, and it's very appropriate if you're just starting out with makeup and you're a bit younger. So I recommend checking that out. It's about $12, but that's pretty cheap compared to foundations in Australia. Onto foundations, the heavier version, I've got 2 options. You can go for the Australis Paparazzi Perfect. Now this is a bit of a thicker, this is the thickest foundation that I've got. It works really well. It's good for photo taking, so if you're going to have your photo taken, this is a good foundation to go with. It's from the drugstore, you can get it Priceline, Target, wherever you can get Australis. It's a good foundation, good if you want to wear something a bit heavier. My other option for foundation is the Revlon Colour Stay. I've got mine in 110 Ivory. This is a very good foundation. I'm wearing it today. It's got good coverage, but it's light on the skin, so that's a good one if you don't like the feel of a lot of foundation. Oh, really white at the moment. For putting on foundation, I recommend a couple of brushes that I have. For foundation, I either use the foundation brush from, this is the Australis foundation brush, which I really like because it's pink. This works quite well. I use it sometimes. If I don't use that, I will use the e.l.f. powder brush. Now you can't get e.l.f. in stores, but you can buy e.l.f. online from the e.l.f. website, which is eyeslipsface.com.au. They're really cheap and expensive. This is about $6, whereas this one was about $12. So it's just whatever you can get your hands on, I suppose. After that, I usually put on concealer. So for concealer, I recommend the Maybelline Aid for Wind Dark Circles Concealer. Now this is a good concealer for concealing pimples or under the eyes. And with this concealer, the good thing about it, you don't need a brush because it comes with a little sponge tip applicator that you can just dab on the skin or rub on the skin to rub it in, which is good if it's just you starting out with makeup, because you don't want to have to buy excess brushes if you don't need them. Also with the foundation and the concealer, you can always blend it in with your fingers if you don't feel like buying a brush. And on top of that, I would put, I recommend a powder, a good powder. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Cost about $12. You can buy it everywhere, Woolworths, Target, Coles. This one's in 001 transparent, which transparent powders are good when you're just starting out because they don't add any colour, so it doesn't make you look cakey, whereas sometimes other coloured powders can. But if you do want to go for a coloured powder with a bit more coverage, I suppose, you can try the Steffens brand. This is the Steffens brand natural powder, and it's just a really nice coloured powder. It's very neutral, so it covers and does a good job. It's just, yeah. Mine's in the shade light, but they've got quite a few shades. So you can buy Steffens from the Steffens hair salon if you find that somewhere. After that, oh, so there's another one from e.l.f. again. Some people can't get e.l.f., but e.l.f. is you have to get e.l.f. online. So if you can't get anything online, there's some other options. But this is a correcting powder. So it's got the 4 different colours, pink, green, yellow, blue, and you just swirl your brush in them and then put it on, and it helps cover some imperfections. So that's a good one if you can find that anywhere. That's just the e.l.f. complexion powder. And to put on powder, I've got 2 different options, because once again, another e.l.f. product. This is the e.l.f. complexion brush, which is a big fluffy brush. It's really soft, and this is a really nice brush for putting on powder because it's big. If you can't get a hold of that because it's online, another option, I use the Nude by Nature powder brush, and this one's really soft. You just use it to rub it in. So just whatever brush you can get a hold of. A lot of these compacts also come with a little powder puff. So that's just in the bottom of this one. They're good too. You can use them to put the powder on. What else? Blush. Oh, this is a good one. This is from Australis. This is the Faceaholic palette. And this is very good if you're starting out and you just want a palette that can do everything. So this is a powder, a highlighter, and a blush bronzer. So what you do, you grab your brush, you just wipe it in and rub it on, and then you can use the side of your brush in the highlighter and just pat it on, or you can kind of swirl your brush in the 3 in that, and just you get a nice blush colour. You can I see that there? No, not really. But, yeah, this kind of palette is good when you're starting out because you've got the 3 basic face powders that you need. So I would suggest looking that out. It's the Australis Faceaholic Touch and Glow palette. So if you can find that, Target or Priceline usually have them, and that's a good option. If not, a good blush is from Essence. This is the Essence Marble Mania blush, and it's just a domed marble blush. It just comes out a really nice peachy pinky colour. If I can get some of that off. Yeah, just see that on that finger there. So that's a really nice colour. It's cheap too. It costs about $3, I think. Or Bourjois Paris, which you can buy in Target and sometimes Kmart. This is just a nice pink colour. Yeah. So just blushes. This one's in Rose Temptation as well. Yeah, and to apply blush, I keep saying brush. I use the Nude by Nature blush brush, which is just a tapered dome blush. I use this for contour, bronzers, and blush. On that note, bronzer, I would suggest the Essence Sun Club bronzer. I've got mine in blondes. I'm not blonde anymore. It's just skin tone. You've got blondes or brunettes if you're a bit darker skin tone. This is just a nice brown. It's not orangey, so it goes well with some paler skin tones. So that was what I would suggest for bronzer if you'd like bronzer. I just dip it in with this brush, contour with it, or temples, or I'll use my big kabuki brush and just go around the face to just give me a bit of a bronzed out glow. For mascara, 2 options, both from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline XXL Pro. So this gives you a nice, it curls it. It's got one side is the white primer, which you just put on first, and the other side is the black colour, and it's got a nice scooped brush, so it gives big curls. And if you don't want to get that one, there's also this one I like, the 1x1 Volume Express, and this one's waterproof. So this has just got a curved brush with little bristles. So that one's good for volume as well. And eyeshadows, start with cream eyeshadows. Cream eyeshadows are good as a base if you don't have a primer, which I couldn't find any of my primers because I use these too often. So my suggestions, Maybelline Colour Tattoo Eye Studio, and this one's in 2 Frost, Too Cool. Yeah, Too Cool, number 5. And it's just like a white shimmery colour. This is a good under everyday looks because it's just a white, so you can covers things very well. And my other one is from Essence. It's a Stay All Day Long Lasting Cream Eyeshadow in Copyright. If you can see that. And it's just like a bronze colour. So that's good for a nighttime or a bit more out there look if you're going for that. Normal eyeshadows just have one single eyeshadow. This is from Bourjois Paris and it's number 8. Yep. Doesn't say what it's called. But it's just a nice champagne colour. I recommend getting a champagne colour because you use that, you put it under the eyebrows, in the inner corner, just, anywhere. You could also use this as like a highlighter if you didn't get anything else. But if you didn't want to go just single eyeshadows, which I wouldn't recommend if you're just going to purchase one, I would go with the Australis Nudist palette. And this is brought out by Australis. It's got 8 colours in it. And there's some whites and creamy colours and then some browns. So this is a very good everyday palette if you're only getting one palette, because you got lots of options on here. So I would recommend getting a palette like this. And this is just one of the ones I found. To apply them, got a couple of options. Essence does good brushes, so this is the Essence eyeshadow brush and crease brush. So this one lays down the product, and this one to blend out the crease. And then I got 2 fluffy brushes here. This one's from Nude by Nature, and this one's from Eco Tools. So they're very similar in shape. Just it depends what you can find. Fluffy brushes are good for blending out the crease as well as that. And onto lips, I've only got one lip product. This is the Revlon Colour Stay in 090 Sweet Tart. I'm wearing it right now. This is really good for first time makeup wearers because it's got a little bit of colour, but it's very moisturising, so not like a normal lipstick. But if you're going to, this would be a going out sort of product. If you're going to school, I would recommend the Baby Lips. Now, Baby Lips has bought these new Pink Glow Baby Lips, and they're just a pink colour, if you can see that. And it turns slightly pink, so it just tints the lips a little bit to give you a bit of colour, and it's a lip balm. So that would be very good for school, if you were going to go to school with them. Or you could get a Baby Lips in a colour like Peach Parfait, and this is just a more neutral bit of a shimmer in it, so that's a good colour if you're going to school, or for your everyday look if you don't want to go as extravagant as a brighter colour. And that's all I've got for you. You don't have to buy any of the products I suggested, but that's just what I would what I have in my makeup starter kit if I was going to start again. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Please subscribe if you did, and I shall see you next video. Bye!